Leopards fans, I'm John Sabino, and I'm joined by the head women's soccer coach here from Lafayette College, Mick Statham. We're going to talk the incoming class of 2025 for women's soccer. Mick, how are we doing today?
John, how are you? Good to be here.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Now, before we get to each recruit, I want to ask, how difficult was it recruiting this class? Were you able to see this class like in person, or did you have to see all their games virtually?
Yeah, it's a good question because obviously things have significantly changed over the last 12 months. Fortunately, we did get to see everyone play live in one shape or form. Some players we saw way more than others live just because of the recruiting process, starting earlier with some than we did with others. But we finished the class off during the early parts of the pandemic, so we'd already left school by then, and things was NCAA wise were starting to change as far as recruiting dead periods and things like that. But we were fortunate enough not to have to do any recruiting exclusively on videotape. So we're really thankful for that, and hopefully that benefits us when they get here.
No, yeah, that sounds difficult, but it sounds like you guys worked through it, which is all you really can do. So let's get into the class. We're going to go alphabetically by last name. So first up, we have Chase Buono, center back from Yorkton Heights, New York. She was a 4-year varsity starter at Yorktown High School. What can you tell us about Chase?
Well, I think Chase is caught my eye right away because athletically, there's absolutely no question she's a Division I level athlete, and that was the first thing that caught my eye. But I also think she's really good on the ball. I like the centre backs to be as good on the ball as possible because we like to try and play out the back if we can. We even like the goalkeepers to be good with their feet as well. So the modern game kind of requires everyone to be good with their feet if possible, if that's the style of play that you're trying to accomplish, which of course we are. So I think Chase not only is a good athlete, but she's good technically. She's smart, and I think she'll really. I'm expecting her to fit in and start strong straight away.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we'll get to see her play pretty soon on Oaks. Next up, we have Anna Garcia. She's a forward from Wilmington, Delaware. She was named to the first team All-State and was first team All-DSAC Conference in 2019. Wow, quite a resume. What can you tell us about Anna?
Well, Anna comes from a club that we've done well with in recent years. It's starting off with Ali Monroe and Maggie, and now Sarah, Natalie, Emily, and Lauren are here. So we're fortunate enough to have had success with Anna's club. So what that means is, we know she's in a good environment. She's playing with and against good players, which is how you get better. She's 100% all of the time, meaning she never plays a single play at less than 100%, which I really like. She gives every ounce that she's got. She's got a good nose for goal, I think. Personality wise as well, she spent some time with the team on an unofficial visit and stuff like that, and really fit in just really nicely. She's got a really outgoing, warm personality. So again, I'm expecting her to come in and fit in, immediately. But she's got good experience, which is always helpful in that first year.
Excellent. Wow, we're going to see a lot of these girls come in and make an immediate impact. That's great to hear. So next, we're going to head a little farther south on the map, and we have Anna Cacciadorian. She's a midfielder from Cary, North Carolina. 4-year varsity starter from Panther Creek High School. What does Annie bring to the table?
Well, first of all, she's our first recruit from North Carolina, which is really, really nice. The first time I saw her play it was actually in North Carolina. I called Brian right away and I said, yeah, she's good. And that was like at halftime of a game. And sometimes any recruiter knows, sometimes you may just have seen their best half ever and things aren't the same the second or third or fifth time around. But fortunately for us, she just kept getting better. She's highly technical, but she plays with what Brian and I call an edge. Like she has an edge about her. She's hard running, hard tackling, extremely competitive in between her ears. So has, again, good experience, good coaching. So she's one that we really like in the midfield area, because I think with the ball, she's exceptional. Without the ball, she's very good as well. But I also like her. I think she's got a really competitive nature. Like she was when the season was cancelled, when our season was cancelled in the fall, about 10 or 15 minutes after the announcement, one of the first texts I got was Annie. And her question was, so what are you going to do to develop the players now the season's been cancelled? I was like, all right, we've got one here. So but of course, that's the kind of attitude and approach that we want from the players. We want winners, and we want people that want to get better and want the people around them to get better. So we're really, really glad to have her.
Well, it sounds like you really locked up a winner there, and hopefully we'll be seeing some more players from North Carolina in the future. So, but jumping back north for our next recruit, we have Lucy McShane, an outside back from the Garden City, New York. She was ranked the 4th best defender in New York State by TopDrawerSoccer.com. How did you find Lucy, and what did she find attractive about Lafayette?
Well, Lucy plays for, again, another really good club in New York and on Long Island, Fury. She's really well coached by one of the top coaches in the country, actually. Obviously, with Cam and Becca and Ari on the team, we've done, I think, really, really well on Long Island in the last couple of years, because all 3 of those girls have just been brilliant for us on the field, off the field, in the classroom. Lucy's no different. The difference being Lucy's left-footed. She'll give us good balance on the left-hand side. She's good with set pieces. And like I said before about Anna, is she's playing at a really good level. And I'm just a proponent of playing with and against better players than you. And that makes you a better player. So she's in good environments, and she really likes the game and is great in the classroom as well, and is just a really nice person. So I'd like to think the reason she chose Lafayette is because we can continue to develop her on the field, but also provide her with that world-class environment and education that obviously she's looking for.
Excellent. Well, obviously, if anybody's coming here, they're going to be a great student. So it's great to hear that she has that, that aptitude for learning, and that she's interested in those programs. So we're going to go back down south for our next recruit. Next up is Abby Miles. She's an outside back and a midfielder from Greenville, South Carolina. She was the 2020 Viking Cup Challenge winner and was a 4-year varsity starter at Riverside High School. So what can you tell us about Abby?
Yeah, Abby, again, our first recruit from South Carolina. So that's exciting geographically for us to break into new ground. We've had Florida before, we've had Georgia, and now obviously with Annie, North Carolina, and Abby, South Carolina, we're starting to break into new recruiting territory, which is great. She plays for a great club down there. So again, well coached, really good experience in some of the top leagues with top competition. Another left footer, So again, will give us good balance on the left-hand side. You know, Haley at the moment is, I think, our only left footer, if I remember rightly. But the left footers just give you that nice balance because most players are right-footed. Not that there's anything wrong with right footers playing on the left, but I think what Abby will provide is both good attacking and defending. She's comfortable in the back, but as a midfielder, you also have to attack and defend. So it's going to be, her flexibility is nice. She's a very good athlete, and she does some training with some really good coaches, both physically and from a soccer standpoint. So I think her flexibility is something that will be really good for the team as well as a general skill level.
Well, it's nice having one of those two-way players, you know, that can attack and defend. That's always important for any team.
Yeah.
So, next we're going to go over to the Garden State, and our next recruit is McKayla Salvati, midfielder from Malika Hill, New Jersey. She was named to the first team All-Olympic Conference during her time at Holy Cross Prep Academy, and she was the defensive MVP in 2019. What does she bring to the table, and what do you see her making an impact? How do you see her making an impact immediately for the women's soccer team?
Yeah, McKayla's one of the players that, you know, we recruited earlier. So, you know, we've seen her play on numerous occasions. She's been with the regional team down in. She's had experience down in Boca. She's played, you know, again at good club level. McKayla brings us, first of all, in the air. She's very good in the air. She's a very good header of a ball. Up until recent years, we weren't always a brilliant team in the air. You know, we've had some in the past very good headers of a ball, like Janelle Pearson, for example. She was really a good header of a ball. Alison Stone was a good header of a ball, but Bridget Becker was a good header of a ball. But McKayla's very good in the air and very good on the ground as well. Again, can play. We're going to look to play her at holding centre mid, but, you know, she's comfortable at centre back if necessary. So she has, again, a lot of different things that she's going to be able to add to the team. I like her technical ability. I think she's also tactically very smart, like the way she plays the game. She sees the game similar to the style in which we want to play. Of course, you know, she'll have to learn our way of playing once she gets here. But she has a lot of traits that we like in players. Really nice personality as well, you know, for the locker room. And like I said, I know I've said it about numerous players, but some of the experiences she's had before she gets here, you know, are going to be valuable for her in that transition. You know, once players get into college, then it's their college experience mainly that's going to count. But in that first year, it's good if they've played in good environments, if they've been coached well. It serves them well in the transition from high school to college.
Great. Obviously, you know, that's one of the hardest transitions they're going to have to make is from high school to college. The game gets a lot faster, and when it can slow down for them, that's the most important thing. So that's great to hear. Probably our closest recruit geographically, so not far from College Hill, we have our next recruit, Lauren Stewart. She's a center back from Westchester, Pennsylvania, a Westtown school co-captain. What can you tell us about Lauren? And does she remind you of any current Lafayette player or recent Lafayette player?
Yeah, Lauren was our first commit. And, you know, Sarah, Natalie, and Emily all went to Westtown School as well. So obviously in recent years, we've done very well with getting some just unbelievably talented soccer players, which Lauren is, you know, and really good students. The thing that I like also about all four of them is they want to be at Lafayette. And I think that's really, really great for us at the moment. We have players that want to be Leopards, and that's that. And Lauren was very keen right the way through the recruiting process. I think she's another one as well who's unbelievably good in the air, very, very good in the air. But she's also really good on the ground with the ball at her feet. She's very comfortable. She's a fantastic athlete. So she's got a lot of really, really good traits. So she's not exactly like Rory, but Rory, for example, is really good in the air and outstanding with her feet. Rory is. Lauren is similar in that, not exact. She's not like a carbon copy of Rory, but is comfortable, in possession games and things like that. When you can't tell in possession games, that a player is a defender, for example, because you always expect your forwards to be arguably the most skilled. If your defenders fit in seamlessly with attacking type of stuff, then they're just good soccer players in general. So Lauren really fits that bill, and like I said, she's one of the things that's impressed me since I've been recruiting her is, she wants to be at Lafayette. She's really looking forward to be here. She's very competitive and combative as a defender, and again, just comes to us from a good club, and has been well coached. And again, I just think she's going to do well the second she gets here.
Excellent. Well, I'm excited to see her play. Last but not least, we have Gretchen Wachter, an outside back from Sea Cliff, New York, 5-year starter at Friends Academy. What does Gretchen bring to the table?
Well, again, some flexibility. I think she's comfortable on all lines. So on the back line, in the midfield line, on the forward line. I think we're probably going to use her more in the back line than anything else. Obviously, we'll see when she gets here how she takes to, our system and the college game and stuff like that. But again, athletically, fantastic. Good with the ball, really good personality. When I was first recruiting her, I had several other coaches reach out to me and talk about her because she was one of the later ones that we recruited. So I had coaches reaching out to me to, kind of give me their evaluation and support of her. And I must say they were spot on. She's very good. I think she's going to be an excellent Patriot League player. I do think that she has all the tools that are necessary from a technical standpoint. In other words, good with the ball. I think she seems like she's really, really intelligent about the game, and physically, I think, again, the transition is not going to be too difficult. Like when we had Sophie Saldivar, for example, first arrived here. I mean, physically, she was ready the second she got here. So I think Gretchen will be the same. I just and I must say I really like her personality as well. I think she'll fit into this locker room. So I just think overall, she's a really good soccer player. Obviously, like you touched upon, great in the classroom. They all are. And personality-wise, she's got Leopard wrote all over her.
Excellent. Wow. So that is all of them, Coach. That is the class of 2025. Do you have any final thoughts on the class as a whole? I mean, it sounds like we're going to expect to see them play right away when they get here. So I'm pretty excited to see them play on Oaks. So just any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think, I must say, Brian worked very hard on the class as well. Obviously, as I did, we collaborated as a coaching staff. I think we've done really well on numerous fronts. Of course, when the scoreboard's on, we want to win soccer games. And I think all these players are going to help contribute to that. We've also got a great returning group. They's also going to contribute to that. But what I also like about all of them is they're 100% in both soccer and school. And I also, the last part, which I know I always mention every year, is inside that locker room is the players. That's where the players decide, what the culture is going to be. And we have an amazing group of players that provide a really warm, friendly, competitive locker room. And I think every single one of these players is going to fit in perfectly to that.
Excellent. Well, Coach, thank you for taking the time to join us. Hopefully we'll see you guys on Oak soon. And if you want more information on the class, you can go to goleopards.com. For the Lafayette Sports Network, I'm John Sabino. He's Mick Statham. Have a great day, everybody.
Go Leopards.